Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? All right. Okay. Thank you for that. Okay. So we'll begin. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. All right. Good morning again, everyone. Let's begin. First of all, does anyone have questions based on the last class? No. Everybody's okay with that so far?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Good. Well, let's continue. Today, I would like to begin with some past paper questions as it relates to the productivity tools, right? So that will be questions relating to the spreadsheet, database management, and word processing and web page. How I plan to do this session is I will do one question with you all. That is the question, and then go through the answer. Then I will give you all a couple of questions. You will try it on your own. I'll give you some time, and then we'll correct it. Okay. So let's begin. I'm going to share my screen now. Okay. Everyone's seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. All right, so we're going to start with some spreadsheet type questions. And for spreadsheets, we mainly use, or most of you would have used, if not all, would have used Microsoft Excel, right? So let's see some questions here. Okay, so the first question is actually from the specimen paper, from a specimen paper, and this is the third question from it. Cara wants to buy a $350 costume for the upcoming carnival. She decides to sell some cakes in order to raise funds for the costume. Cara wants to create the spreadsheet shown below to track the orders placed for the items. So that's the introduction to the question, and then they give you a screenshot of the spreadsheet and the details it contains, right? So according to this, she's tracking the date, an item, when it's sold, what item is sold, what date it's sold, what was the cost of the item, the amount that was ordered, the quantity, the total due, and then this is the cost of the costume that they told, right? $350. So the first part of the question is, using the spreadsheet above, write the functions and or formulas in cells E8 or E9 to illustrate whether Cara has raised enough funds. So the first thing you want to do here is you want to ensure you are going to be in the correct cell, right? So E8 is this cell here, and E9 is the one right under it. So In order to illustrate whether Kara has enough funds, the first thing you need to do in this case is to determine how much money she would have gained or raised, and then you would want to know how does that compare to the cost of the costume. So the first thing we'll do is let me see if I can pull up Microsoft Excel and try to simulate it a little bit. So we have, let me, so you're seeing the Excel sheet now, right? Right, okay, good. All right, so we have E3, there's total due. So we go to E3 here and we put total due. Then we have 120, 140, and 240. 120, 140, and 240. Right? And these are all in the format currency. So we do that. And then we have on F1 the cost of the costume. And then the cost of the costume is $250. Okay. So this is the parts of the spreadsheet that is related to this part of the question. Now, the question is, write functions and or formulas in cells E8 or E9 to illustrate whether Kara has enough funds. So as I said, the first thing you want to do is you want to determine how much money was raised from the fundraiser. And to do that, you will calculate the sum of these values. So there are different formulas for calculating the sum. Does anyone, would anyone like to suggest one way to calculate the sum, or what formula we would put in E8?
So your parent sum equals E4 to E7.
Right, so that's very close, very close. It's actually equal sum, right? And then E4 to E7. Okay, so that's one formula. In the next cell now, E9, you want to know if she has enough or if she has raised enough funds. And to do that, basically, you're going to subtract the amount of the costume from the amount owed, right? So you can say equal this value, amount raised minus the sum of the costume. And based on that, would you say she has enough funds? Raise enough funds? Did Kara raise enough funds to buy the costume? Yes, she did, because she raised $500 and the costume was $250. You all understand that now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, good. All right, so in the next slide now, I'm going to have some of the options, right? So this is the option we use, the formula we use to calculate the sum, equals sum E4 colon E7. You also could have used this formula, or you could have just added the individual cell. So any one of these would have sufficed. And for E9, you could have calculated the difference using F2 minus E8, or you could have used $F $2 minus E8. Can anyone comment on what the dollar signs in front of the F and the 2 does? What is the name of this functionality by placing $, and what does it do? Yes, yes, Raphael, that's absolute referencing. And what it does is if the formula is copied to another location of cell, that part of the formula will remain the same. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure you hear me. All right, good. So let's move on to the next part of the question, right? Now, this part of the question is to write the function that would be entered in cell E10 to output yes if Kara would be able to purchase the costume or no if she has not raised enough funds. Okay, so in this part of the question, what you'll be doing is you will write a function to output yes if she was able to purchase the costume or no if she has not raised enough funds. So the output for this would have been yes or no, and the formula would be checking the value of E9 basically, right? So an option or options for this would be if E8 is greater than F2, comma yes, comma no. Let's just first put the formula, right? So if E8 equals if 8 greater than F2, yes. Right? So just going back to the formula a little bit, right? We'll go back to this way. What this formula is saying, if the value in cell E8 is greater than the value in cell F2, you're going to output yes, else output no. Okay, any questions on this? No? Okay, right. And as you see here, the output of this was yes, because 500 is greater than 350. Now, let's say, for example, the costume was $800, right? So we change this to 800, the value changed to no, because the value of E8 is in fact less than the value of F2. So it would output no, right? Okay. Okay, the third part to that question, Kara wants to insert another order for the 10th of July in row 4. Explain what will happen to the data that's currently in row 4. So if Kara forgot to add an entry and for the 10th of July, first of all, that could be done in Excel by inserting a row, right? So you right click on the row and you click insert. But what happens to the current data that's in row 4? Will be deleted, right? No, so you see, this is the thing, right? They are going to insert the data. So what actually will happen is the data in row 4 will be pushed down, right? So you right click on row 4 and then insert. So you see all the information, all the data under that row was pushed down by 1. All right. Everybody clear on that? So as you'd see, some of the questions or the questions you will be asked related to the functionality add in formulas, and also what you'll have to do is comment on performing certain operations, how it affects the structure of the spreadsheet. Okay, so acceptable answers would be data in row 4 move to row 5, or the data in row 4 be pushed down by 1 row. Now, the part C to the question. Cara does not want others to see her sales from peaks, right? How would she protect her spreadsheet? What's this asking is, let's just say we have Cara is using a shared computer, and she has her spreadsheet on the computer and someone else decides to use it. What would prevent persons from viewing the spreadsheet? How could she protect the spreadsheet? Any suggestions how she could do that? Very good, yes. So she could password protect the spreadsheet, right? So yes, she would encrypt her file or use a password to protect it. Okay, so that's important. All right. Any questions based on this?
No, sir.
No, everybody okay so far? All right. Okay, so let's see here. Now I have this question. All right, let me see if I can enlarge it a little bit. I have this question I would like the class to try. I'm going to give you all a couple of minutes. So first of all, are you seeing the question clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, good. Okay, so let's take some time, and I want you all to attempt this question, right? I'll just read it. The following spreadsheet template was used to generate the number of students who passed 3 subjects from 2014 to 2016. Formulae were inserted in order to compute the totals. Study the template and answer the questions below. So the first one is, state the type of alignment that has been applied to column A. Suggest a reason why the values in F are displayed as decimals. The formula E divided by $, E $, 5 in cell F2 was copied to cell F3. Write the new formula for cell F3, and the value in cell B3 has changed. List 2 cells whose values will be affected. Okay, so I'm going to give you all a couple minutes to try this on your own. Okay, so you can start.